That's pretty bad at slow speeds.
Hey YouTube, it's Sean, riffing RC Planes. Got my Avios King Twin 1700. It's actually probably a 1200 right now. We'll call it Stubbs. I almost maidened it today and ran into some issues. Number one, there was too many people at the park and there weren't supposed to be people. But well, at least I didn't think they were playing sports today. Anyways, I taxied it around quite a bit and I'm glad that I did because this thing was wobbling bad. And I want to show you what I found in the front landing gear and how I corrected it. So maybe if you have a Avios King Twin 1700 and the front end is just wandering all over the place, you could do this little modification as well. So sit tight. Like you guys just saw in my little taxi video there a second ago, the front end was doing bam, but it was crazy. This thing, you can see how loose it is right now. Well, it's kind of skipping around, but it was like that rolling down the runway. And that was because of two reasons. One, the wheel where the axle shaft went through, it was out of round. It was like an egg rolling around on the axle. And then number two, where the landing gear comes up into this fork to hold it, there was too much play. And then there's one more thing too, is that there's no caster on this. Caster is, see the front wheel how it's slanted forward? Caster is like your shopping cart. You know, all cars and everything has caster except for this plane for some reason. Caster is the wheel tilted backwards. So when it's going forward, it just has to follow. You know, think about pushing the shopping cart and the wheel is tilted back and the front ones are following whichever way you push. This thing is slanted forward. It's nowhere near any kind of caster. This suspension right here is just for looks. If they had a little bit of caster, like even though the gear slants forward, if the very end of it here, right before the wheel, if it tilted back a little bit, that would really help out. But let me flip it over and I'll show you guys here what I did. It didn't fix it 1000%, but it's going to be a whole lot better. Okie dokie. Let me cycle the gear and I'll show you here a couple things. Right here is where this Y is. When the gear comes up, it falls into this slot here, and that's supposed to keep it from flopping back and forth side to side. Well, the hole was it was too big. So these are little pieces of popsicle sticks that I glued on each side, and then I just sanded it until it was a perfect fit. You hear it kind of, so now it won't move back and forth at all. The metal rod was slop, 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 slop. Now, take a look at this tire here. That looks pretty dang good, doesn't it? Now, the one I took off is this is actually one from the back, because all of them were pretty bad. And at first I was trying to find the best one to put in the front, and I couldn't find a good one. The hole for the axle is just not centered. Let me see if I can get the spin on something here for you. It's like an egg. It jumps up and down and goes side to side. So this is actually a wheel off of I forget exactly. It might be an apprentice or an extra 300 wheel. It's some other kind of wheel. Yeah, I think it came off an extra 300. So anyways, I found the best two out of all three that it came with, and I put the best two on the back. And then I had to replace the front one because there was just no way of getting one on the front stock to roll smooth like this. Let me show you these back ones up close. All right, here's one of the back ones here. And these two are the good ones that came factory. I'm holding the third. See it jumping up and down and wobbling all over the place? See if we can see this one. It's just horrible. They're not round at all. So I found the best two, put on the back, and then I replaced the one in the front. Plus I put a spacer. Let me get this guy flipped back around here. I put a spacer on the front wheel to keep it tight on the axle. See that black piece right in there? Because the tire would do this number. So I put a little piece of plastic in there to tighten it up, and then put that other wheel on it. It's a little bit bigger, but it still clears going down in the hole. There was plenty of room to up the tire size. So we got the reverse caster. We got the factory wheel. The hole was not centered. Plus the plastic tire was like an egg. And then the gear did this number. So maybe tomorrow we'll have better luck. Well, maybe that helped some of you guys out if you got one of these or are going to get one. Hey, if you guys get anything out of my videos, a laugh, a help, a cry, whatever, give me a thumbs up. That really goes a long ways in the YouTube algorithm. I'd really appreciate it. And then subscribe if you haven't. And I can't say thank you enough to all the new people that have subscribed. It's just amazing. It makes me feel really good and makes me want to keep doing this. So subscribe if you haven't. All right, guys. Hey, thank you. I'm going to try to make it again tomorrow. And if that is a no-go, it'll be the weekend after. So, all right. Until next time, you'll see me here.